Due to the housing crisis, more and more people in Bristol are choosing to live in vans at the roadside. The council has launched a new policy which gives them the power to move on encampments deemed to be high impact. But is this a useful measure in a city that provides hardly any legal traveller sites? We spoke to a local member of the van dwelling community about the availability of such spaces and the willingness of the council to help them out.
Living in vans for 4 or 5 years, I would say it was a lot more difficult to find places now than it was a few years ago. The council were very helpful to us when we were living up in Muller Road and Lockleys. At the time they actually offered us another site that was out in Avonmouth, but when we researched that site, it was an ex-industrial site. When we researched that on the internet, we found the council's own papers on how contaminated the land was. And it was like a long way out of Bristol. The impression was they were trying to just ship us out, so we were out of sight, out of mind.
People living in vans also face abuse and discrimination from the public. A caravan recently burned down at this site on Newgatton Road. We spoke to the public about the dangers facing van dwellers.
That it's completely unacceptable. I mean, this is one example of a caravan that's been vandalised, and you wouldn't do this to another person's home or your own.
I have been living on the roadsides in Bristol for nearly 2 years, actually close to 3 years now. I have had some running dealings with the council members and the homelessness team, but because I'm fairly mobile, I don't tend to sort of stay in one space very long. I had another vehicle for a little while, and I left that for a couple of months because I was going to turn it into a work van, and I found someone spotting it.
Personally, it's no problem for me whatsoever. This is a derelict site, it's wasteland, there's lots of homeless people, and I think people put up with quite a lot of abuse who live in caravans. The situation's very tenuous. It's insane to me that people are complaining about that issue when there's all these homeless people and this wasteland is being turned into private housing that none of these people will be able to afford. That's a bigger issue, in my opinion.
People choose to live in vans in Bristol for a number of different reasons. For some, it may be an alternative lifestyle choice, while others are pushed into the lifestyle by poverty. But in the city, in the midst of a housing crisis, when the council evict these high-impact dwellings, are they simply pushing the problem around? Simon White, VJ News, Greenbank.